Have you ever felt like speaking and your partner is not hearing you? Or maybe your conversation usually ends to arguments. If this sounds familiar to you, then you are not alone. This is the video you need to break that cycle. I'm going to show you exactly how to make an effective and a long conversation that will not end in argument but bring solution to your relationship and to your marriage. Stick with me to the end of this video because I'll be sharing with you 5 powerful communication habits that will transform your communication in your marriage and in your relationship. Hi, welcome to Heritage MAMAA YouTube channel. You're welcome if you're just seeing my face for the first time. This is Heritage MAMAA, where we talk about motherhood, marriage and relationship. I celebrate you. Thank you for stopping by. If you're new here, please do well to subscribe to this channel. Make sure to leave a comment after watching this video and give it a thumbs up, and also please do well to share the video so that other people are going to see, even as you're saying it today. Thank you. And for my old subscriber, thank you for coming back again. This is Heritage MAMAA. So now let's dive into the topic of the day. First of all, let's talk about why communication usually breaks down. This usually happens when, and number one thing is, when you start assuming instead of asking. This happened to me. Assumption can kill communication in the marriage. When your partner has not yet spoken a word, but in your mind, you already assume that this is what he's going to say next. It breaks down communication. This also happens when we listen to reply, but not to understand what our partner is saying. When we listen to reply, but you are ready to give him back the answer, you are ready to give her back the answer, you listen to reply, but not to understand what they are actually saying. This breaks down communication in relationship and in marriage. One thing that also breaks down our communication is when we communicate when we are angry. We communicate when we are stressed. Then communication will break down. This happens when you both feel unheard and disrespected. It breaks down your relationship. Now let's talk about it. What is good and effective communication? Effective communication is not all about talking. It's not all about speaking whatever you want to speak. It's about being heard and being understood. Healthy communication means being honest and also kind with your words. Healthy communication means listening and not interrupting while the other person is talking. Healthy communication also means when you are present and you are ready to take the word and not just to jump into conclusion before the other person is done talking. Now, let's move to the 5 simple ways at which we can transform our communication habit and make it better in our relationship and in our marriage. And the number one thing is that we should practice active listening. Do you know that most people listen to reply and not to understand what exactly that fellow is trying to pass across? Active listening in relationship and marriage means being fully present in the communication, putting down all distractions, putting down your phone aside and concentrating on the fellow speaking. Especially that phone issue. Sometimes you're talking to your partner and they're on their phone and they will tell you they are listening to you. It distracts. It's a form of distraction to our communication because most of the time, ask them when they tell you that they are listening to you when they are on their phone. Ask them, okay, what did I speak last? They cannot really recall because they have divided attention, and that is why active listening is one of the habits that can help your communication in that relationship and in that marriage effective. Take it as an habit that once your partner is speaking to you, especially in some crucial situation, make it an habit to listen. Active listening is very key in communication. Active listening also means, in brackets, undiluted attention. Try to give attention to the person talking so that you are going to actually hear the information they are trying to pass, and not just for you to listen to the point you want to listen to and reply. The tip is that you should allow the person to speak and not interrupt. after the whole conversation, then you can now talk so that the communication will be effective and there won't be interruption while speaking. Interrupt while your partner speaks. When they are done speaking, then you can reply to everything they've said. If in case you are like me and you feel like, oh, as he's talking, as she's talking, I want to reply it hot, then calm down. Maybe you have to jot it down, or maybe you just have to process it in your thoughts. As they are speaking, pick whatever you want to reply to. And after the whole conversation, you can now talk. Because interruption during communication sometimes used to be painful to the person. But the person is trying to pass a message to you, but along the line, you also want to speak. And in that vein, there won't be effective communication. And the second point to improve our communication in relationship and marriage is for you to always use I in the statement instead of using you. Just looks like an accusation. Saying things like, you never listen to me, it triggers defensiveness in your partner. Why not use, I feel not heard when I'm communicating with you? Say things like, I need to feel like I'm communicating with you because I feel interrupted most of the time while I try to speak with you. That goes a long way. Instead of using you never listen to me, you are trust yourself, this and that, it triggers defensiveness from your partner. If you can attest to this, put it down in the comment section. Most of the time women do that. They want to just point the accusation finger, but it triggers defensiveness in that man. If you're a woman watching me right now and you felt like this in a relationship before, kindly put it in the comment section and how you were able to overcome it. Choosing I in your statement while communicating with your partner, it expresses your feeling and not attack in quotes. Because most of the time we attack our partner and not really communicate. So ensure you start using I in that conversation today and stop using you. Because you, especially to the men, it sounds like you are accusing them and they are always on the defensive side most of the time. This simple shift will reduce conflict in the relationship and encourage communication. Because once you're able to communicate with your partner, then there will be less issues, there will be less conflict, there will be less argument. It's just that the communication habit is not really flowing. That is why there's always banter during conversations. And the number 3 way to improve our relationship is for us to choose the right timing and the right place to talk to your partner. This is very key. Don't let me even tell you my own experience, because once it is hot, I want to speak at a time before now. But my partner will always tell me, this is not the right time for me to say this. This is not the right place for me to say this. Then as time goes on in marriage, I start to learn it that okay, to know when it is really hot, I need to speak. I need to find a good time. Though as a woman, you'll be boiling in you, I want to really speak. But there is actually a time to speak. Even the Bible says, there is a time and season for everything under the earth. So also there is a right time for you to speak with your partner, and there's a right place for you to say it. You don't just speak at any time you like, so that you won't have issues in that relationship. The 4th way to improve our communication in our marriage and in our relationships is for us to be honest and speak the truth in love. Always speak the truth, but season it with grace. Speak it in love, then it makes communication better.
Use gentle words and the right body language when communicating. It really matters in relationship and marriage.
Avoid using the past mistake of your partner as a weapon against them during conversations. Be honest with them and always speak the truth in love. Because Ephesians chapter 4 verse 15 encourage and remind us to always speak the truth in love. In that relationship, in that marriage, and in life in general, we should speak the truth in love. The last but not the least point I'm going to mention in this video is for you to create a safe space to be vulnerable. If you're not vulnerable in that marriage and in that relationship, then what are you doing? Because your partner should be your safe space. Your partner should be your best friend. Your partner should be your best person you can always open to and be vulnerable to. So to encourage a healthy communication style in that relationship and in that marriage today, create a space for you to be vulnerable to each other. Healthy communication strives when your partner feels safe to be real. You know out there you can always pretend to whoever person, but when you are with your own, once you are with your partner, once you are with your spouse, then you should be safe to do some things. Let your partner know that it's okay to be real, to be raw, and also to be wrong sometimes in a relationship, and not feel any judgment, because he or she is in a safe space. So be vulnerable to each other. In that space, communication can be real. In that space, communication will be effective because you're with your partner. You can always say the truth. You're with your partner. You can always be raw and be real with them without feeling the sense of being judged. In conclusion, communication is the heartbeat of every healthy relationship. You can't tell me you have a healthy relationship. You can't tell me you have a healthy marriage where communication is zero. No. Communication has to be effective so that things will be passed across. You will not be misunderstood. You will not feel unheard. You will not feel cheated by your partner. But sometimes when you are speaking with your partner, they are not listening. You feel cheated sometimes when they are distracted. Healthy communication matters in every relationship. Just for recap again, the 5 points I mentioned earlier for us to be effective in our communication with your partner is that number 1, you have to actively listen to your partner. Number 2 is for you to use the word I in your statement and avoid using you. Number 3 is for us to choose the right place and the right time to speak. And the 4th point is that we should be honest and speak the truth in love. And the final point, which is not the final, is that we should always create a safe space to be vulnerable in our relationship. Please kindly drop other points which I didn't mention because I actually can't mention everything. But please mention other communication habits that have helped you in your relationship. Let's learn together. If you have found this video really helpful, please kindly make sure to leave a comment, give it a thumbs up, and also share so that every other person can see this video and learn from it. Don't forget, if you have not yet subscribed, please do that now. Click on the subscription button and also click on the notification bell so that whenever I drop a video, you are going to be the first to receive it. Thank you for joining me today. See you next time. Bye.